We are learning about the Constitution and that it gives us certain rights. This story is called Can That Happen in the USA? By Claire Repp. Illustrated by Aaron Clarkson. Mrs. B's class is working on a project. This is class project. 1. Watch the news. 2. Take notes. 3. Share what you learn. This is Anna's turn to share. It is Anna's turn to share. I learned that girls are not allowed to go to school in some countries, she says. People in those countries want girls to stay home and work. Can that happen in the USA? Asks Anna. No, that cannot happen in the USA, says Mrs. B. The Constitution protects our right to go to school. It's Lily's turn to share. I learned that some countries have only one newspaper, says Lily. Their governments decide what news people get to read. Can that happen in the USA? Asks Lily. No, that cannot happen in the USA, says Mrs. B. The Constitution says newspapers and news stations have the right to tell about the things that happen in our town and world. We can read and listen to what goes on anywhere. It's our right. It's Kip's turn to share. I learned that in some places, people cannot meet together, says Kip. They cannot talk about things they want to change. The police will tell them to go home. Can that happen in the USA? Asks Kip. No, that cannot happen in the USA, says Mrs. B. The Constitution says that people are free to meet. They can talk about things they like. They can talk about things they want to change. It is Carla's turn to share. I learned that in some countries, people can't tell their leaders what they don't like, says Kale. They get in trouble if they do. Can that happen in the USA? Asks Kale. No, that cannot happen in the USA, says Mrs. B. The Constitution protects our right to tell our leaders what we like or don't like. We can write letters. We have the right to carry signs that say what we don't like. It is Karen's turn to share. I learned that in some countries, people do not get to vote for their leaders, says Karen. They don't have elections. Can that happen in the USA? Asks Karen. No, that cannot happen in the USA, says Mrs. B. The Constitution says we must have elections. We have the right to vote for our leaders. The class and Mrs. B talk about many other rights that are in the Constitution. We are lucky to live where we have rights, says the class. The end.